Hello traders and hello you rich spirits, I'm Krasimir Panayotov back with another video here from the rainy St. Petersburg. Now I'm about to show you guys today another trading pattern, another educational video about how to trade the big shadow trade. This is a famous pattern, very magnificent pattern which have helped me very much through the years of experience trading Forex and the other financial markets. Now this pattern, guys, is very easy to spot, very easy to understand, and not so hard to trade, because the only thing that it says is that a lot of bullish or bearish power have entered the market, and you can use this wave to trade with the big money and to get the money with the big guys. So let's get started, guys. Let's get this money and let's trade, strike straight forward. Peace, and let's get it. This is the exact chart which I want to talk with you about. Now this is the Euro JPY 4-hour chart, and if you can see, the chart shows two nice support and resistance levels which are marked on a daily basis. So where we find this major support and resistance area, we find them on the daily chart. So when we zoom in, we can look for great opportunities in these areas and this support. So let's analyze what we have here. Now we have this super bearish engulfing candle, which is very easy to spot even with naked eye. And my eyes are never naked, because I have years of experience, and I will show you this right now. Now this candle, guys, is exactly your big shadow trade, which means that this candle is bigger than the last 6 to 10 candles and have higher high and a lower low than the previous 6 candles. Also, it appears on a level of extremium, we can say. So this is our resistance area. Price action signals lesson. Okay, guys, now let's repeat. What is the price action big shadow trade or the big shark trade? This is a candle bigger with its body and the wicks than the last previous 6, 7 to 10 candles. Now in this case we have a candle bigger than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 candles together, and with a lower low and a higher high than the previous 6, 7 candles. So this is a very good example of the big shadow trade. Now the better for this pattern is if the body is solid like this, if it's big engulfing candle. If you see a big dodgy candle like this one, for example, here, even if it's bigger than previous 6, 7 candles, here it's not a valid big shadow trade. You need a massive body for taking this trade. Now I will show you another examples on some other charts, or maybe in this chart also, but this is important. To be at support and resistance level is very good, but also to be bigger than the previous 6 to 10 candles. And this is the massive big shark, the big shadow trade, one of my favorite Forex trading patterns. Now, how you can trade this? You can take a trade or at the half of the big shadow if the price pulls back and make a retracement, and set a stop loss above the structure, above all these candles. Or you can enter just a few pips after the candle close. That's also a possible entry and a possible risk. Then this will be your whole risk. You need at least nearly the same amount of profit. So that's like 1-to-1, and you can take profit here around these lows here. Or another way how to trade it is just to set a bigger profit, like 2-to-1 or 3-to-1. Okay, so let's change the color of this so we can see and the risk and the reward. Okay, it's a little bit Unclear here, but yeah, you see, that's your risk and that's your potential profit. You can, of course, take profit around these lows, or I personally would like to take profit around this zone in this particular trade. Maybe if everything's going good, I can take even a little bit lower. Now let's find some other examples, guys. Okay team, now we are on the Euro USD, the 1 hour chart, and here you can spot at least one big shadow trade pattern. Where is it? Where is it, guys? Can you find it? Yeah, that's the big shadow right here. Now the problem with this big shadow trade is that it's a bullish engulfing, but we find it on a kind of resistance level, because if we go back, we see that this is a resistance zone, so it's a little bit harder to trade here, but still it remains a continuation pattern. Now much better it would be if you could find it here on a support level, and with this bullish pattern you take a reversal bullish trade or some sort of continuation bullish trade, so you can have the support on your side. But even here you had a move. Okay, that's a move of about 190 pips to the upside before it's reverse. So let's analyze it. We have a big body candle and a candle bigger than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is one of the best big shadow trades or big shark trades which you can find on the market, but unfortunately was at the resistance zone where a lot of sellers were joining the market around this area. So I took this trade after a small correction on the retracement. You see here you have some support from the previous candles, so I took a trade and I closed with some small profit around here. And that's it, guys. Let me check for some other big shadows if I can find, so I can give you some more examples of this beautiful pattern. Now the thing that I decided to do is just to search for the big shadow together with you, so you can be sure that what we have is absolutely real. Now what we have here is this big huge candle which is bigger than the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 candles, but the thing is that it have a higher high than all these previous candles, but doesn't have a lower low. Here is the low of the candle, and you see that 1, 2, 3, 4 candles already have a lower low than this particular candle. So this is not a big shadow trade. Now here we have another example, again bigger candle than the last previous candles, which also can work. If you can see, this also can do the job, but this is not that high probability big shadow trade which I want to teach you. And if you trade this instead of the big shadow trade, you have a lower success ratio. Okay, so here we have bigger candle than the previous 6, but we don't have the higher high. The previous candle only is the highest in this setup, so this is not a good big shadow trade. But let's now go back in the past and try to find such candle which is at extreme point, have a higher and lower low. You see here again we don't have the lower low. Okay, so we continue the search. Let's check it out. Now this is a pretty rare pattern, so you can't find it every day, you can't find it every hour. It happens rarely, but when it happens it really deserves to take the trade. Now here very bearish engulfing candle, but doesn't have the higher highs and the lower lows. Okay, so you see how many days we look in the past and we still don't have the big shadow trade. Okay, let's check this out. This candle, we have a higher high and a lower low than the previous 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 5 already goes lower. We don't have a lower low, so this is also not a good big shadow trade or a big shark trade, but we have it still working. So as a bearish engulfing, this is a nice price action. Okay, let's continue our search. Okay, that's good, but here we have higher high and a lower low than the previous 1, 2, 3, 4. And if this was lower, 5 candles, but this is not a good trade. We only have 4 candles here. Okay, so we have to continue the search for the big shadow trade. Here we don't have a higher high. The previous candle have a higher high. Here, this one is beautiful and worth trading, but still not a higher high. I prefer the wick to be higher than the previous wicks. Okay, let's search for more. You see how rare is this pattern, but when you see it, you'll definitely recognize it. Okay, here we have a higher high and a lower low than the previous 3 candles, but not the last 6, 7. And this still does the work, so keep in mind this, guys. This is just a usual engulfing candle, which is still good. Okay guys, it's going for too long. I will pause the video and try to search in this chart some good bullish or bearish big shadow trade, and if I find it, I'm gonna show it to you. I went way back in the past to 1998 year, actually. That's like 22 years ago, and the only close to big shadow pattern is this candle right here, which I have found. And it's also not the best, because as I have told you, I like my wicks to be both with a higher high and a lower low than the previous 6 candles. Now here only the bodies match this thing. If we go back to the past, we can see that the body of this candle is with a higher high and a lower low than the previous 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 bodies. And this is still a good trade, but usually I look also for a higher or lower wicks of the candle, but this is still a good one which you can take. You see a lot of consolidation and then super strong bullish engulfing candle which does the work. And as you can see, from here to here you have about 2000 pips. Okay, so this is it, guys. Now I will check a little bit more in the past, but this particular chart is not so rich on big shadow trades. Yeah, so see you a little bit later when I find one for you. Okay, finally I found one. A big shadow trade on the daily chart on the New Zealand dollar US dollar. You can see this massive bullish engulfing candle with a higher high here and a lower low here, bigger than the previous. How many? Let's count them out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, even 7 candles. So higher high and a lower low, bigger candle than the previous 6, 7 candles. That's a perfect big shadow trade. Now, if you took the trade here and you wait for a nice push to the upside, I wouldn't take profit here. At least I would take at these previous highs. So this was a nice take profit, and as you can see, the price even went much higher. So this is a good example of a big shallow trade, in this case bullish. So we had to go 25 years ago to find such candle on the daily chart, and this is probably some interesting day influenced by the news. Who knows. Now I will show you some more examples on the 1 hour and 4 hour chart, so you can find it by yourself and trade it. It also works on the lower time frames, especially the 1 hour and the 4 hours. So stay tuned, guys. Let's watch until the end. Okay, guys, this is the New Zealand dollar US dollar, the 1 hour chart. Just a few days ago, we had about 15 days ago actually, we had this big shadow trade. You see this beautiful candle with candle bigger and with higher high and a lower low than the previous 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 already qualified for a big shadow or a big shark trade. And here we have 1, 2, 3 more candles, so that's 9 candles bigger than the previous 9 candles. And as you can see, the move to the upside was very significant. Then after a correction, those who have missed the move could enter on a rebuy and get another few hundreds pips. Okay, guys, this is all for that particular video. I hope you have fun with the new pattern that I have shown you. If you have any questions, you can direct message me in my Facebook profile. If now you're new to the channel, you can easily click the subscribe button, and guys, pump the like button because it really will help me share more of these videos. Now see you in the next videos, and peace, guys. Thank you for being here with me today.